So, what if you could solve a problem that eats up 12 hours of your team's time every single week? Today, we're going to dig into a real-world case study that does exactly that. We're talking about turning a soul-crushing manual grind into a massive gain, all with some pretty simple automation.
And boom, there it is. Just let that sink in for a second. A day and a half every single week just writing thank you notes. That's not just a time sink, It's a direct threat to the organization's lifeblood, its donors. This is the exact high-stakes problem we're unpacking today.
So the organization we're talking about is the Save the Reef Foundation. And their challenge, well, it wasn't just about paperwork or admin headaches. No, it was a really critical donor retention problem, just hiding in plain sight. Because let's be real, when a donor feels unappreciated, they just don't come back.
Okay, so this was their old process, and wow, it is a perfect storm of inefficiency. Just look at all these manual steps. For every single donation, someone had to drop what they were doing, play detective to dig up donor history, piece together a bunch of project notes, and then try to write a unique email. It's not just slow, it's a recipe for burnout, and honestly, a lot of mistakes.
And here's the direct result of all that manual work. 72 hours. We're talking 3 full days. By the time a donor actually got their thank you, that amazing feeling they had from donating had probably faded. It just sends the wrong message, right? Like they aren't a top priority, even if that's the last thing the foundation intended.
So that was the problem, a slow, painful process that was actually hurting their donor relationships. Now let's get to the good part and check out the solution, a simple and kind of elegant AI workflow.
The fix here didn't require some massive custom-built system that costs a fortune. Nope, it just used 2 off-the-shelf tools. Think of Zapier as the connector. It's like the digital plumbing that makes all your different apps talk to each other. And OpenAI, well, that's the brain. It takes in all the information and writes that sophisticated, human-like text. Simple, but incredibly powerful when you put them together.
And this, right here, this is the secret sauce that makes it all so personal. The AI wasn't just spitting out, "Hey, thanks for your donation." Not at all. It was programmed to look at specific, really meaningful data points, their most recent interactions, any events they attended, what they've given before, and even internal notes about projects they cared about. This is how you get true personalization, but at scale.
And this just shows you the new reality. Remember that 5-step manual nightmare we just looked at? Now, a donation kicks off the whole workflow automatically. The AI instantly analyzes all that data, writes a personalized draft, and a staff member just has to give it a quick once-over and click send. It went from this long, laborious cycle to a simple 3-step process. Just beautiful.
Okay, so the new process is way faster, we get that. But did it actually work? Did it solve the core business problem? Let's look at the hard numbers, because this is where things get really, really exciting.
I mean, just look at that difference. The average response time absolutely plummeted from 72 hours, 3 days, down to under 4 hours. A donor now gets a personal, relevant thank you almost immediately, while that generous act is still fresh in their mind. That is a total game changer for the donor experience.
And this is the number that truly matters. 15%. That's the increase in keeping first-time donors in just the first 3 months. This whole project wasn't just about making things faster. It was about making the foundation stronger by directly boosting its revenue and its support base. That is huge.
This story about the Save the Reef Foundation is awesome. But it's not just about one organization. It really holds a powerful lesson for all of us about moving from just talking about something to actually doing it.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material because it's so direct and so true. It's easy to get stuck in these big, abstract conversations about AI strategy, but the real value, the real magic, happens when you identify a specific, high-value, repetitive task and just apply the tools to fix it.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This applies not just to nonprofits, but to any organization out there. This wasn't about cutting costs or replacing people. It was about using technology to make your most important asset even stronger. That's the relationship you have with your supporters, your clients, your customers. The AI freed up human time to focus on the big picture, not on tedious data entry.
So the source material kind of concludes that for any organization facing similar bottlenecks, the next logical step is to do a strategic audit to figure out exactly where this kind of simple automation could make the biggest splash.
And that leaves us with a final question to think about. I mean, really consider it for your own organization or your team. What is that one manual, time-sucking task that, if you could just automate it, could unlock some incredible value? Definitely something to chew on. Thanks so much for watching.